I keep a spreadsheet of every Tesla owner who's been with me since they bought their car new. I've got 12 customers now who crossed the 5-year mark, and I asked all of them the same question. What did you actually spend? Not the purchase price. Everyone knows what they paid for the car. I wanted to know about everything else. Insurance, electricity, tires, repairs, registration fees, the random stuff that comes up. Because that's the real cost of ownership. And it's the number most people don't calculate until they're already in it. Here's what I learned. The average 5-year total cost for a Model 3 long range, not including the purchase price, was $18,400. That breaks down to about $3,680 per year, or roughly $307 per month. Compare that to a similarly priced gas car. I pulled data from 3 of my customers who traded in Honda Accords, Toyota Camrys, and a BMW 3 Series to buy Teslas. Over the same 5-year period before they switched, they spent an average of $26,200 on insurance, gas, oil changes, maintenance, and repairs. That's $5,240 per year, or about $437 per month. The difference is $7,800 over 5 years. That's real money. And it's money most people don't think about when they're comparing sticker prices. Let's talk about what the car itself is worth after 5 years, because this is where things get complicated. A 2019 Model 3 long range sold new for around $49,000. Today, that same car with 60,000 to 75,000 miles on it sells for about $28,000 to $32,000 in the private market. That's a depreciation of roughly $17,000 to $21,000, or about 35 to 43%. A 2019 Honda Accord EXL sold new for about $32,000. Today, it's worth $18,000 to $21,000 with similar mileage. That's depreciation of $11,000 to $14,000, or around 35 to 44%. So in percentage terms, they depreciate at almost the same rate. But because the Tesla cost more to begin with, you're losing more in absolute dollars. That matters if you're planning to sell or trade in after 5 years. The wrinkle is that Tesla depreciation isn't consistent year to year. In 2021 and 2022, used Teslas were selling for more than people paid new because of supply shortages. A customer of mine sold his 2020 Model 3 in 2022 for $6,000 more than he paid for it. That's not normal, and it's not happening anymore. But it shows how volatile the used Tesla market can be. If you're buying a Tesla and planning to keep it for 10 years, depreciation doesn't matter much. If you're planning to trade it in after 5, budget for losing about 40% of what you paid. Tesla insurance costs more than most people expect, and it varies wildly depending on where you live and your driving record. The average among my customers is $1,680 per year for a Model 3 or Model Y with full coverage. That's about $140 per month. I've seen it as low as $1,200 in some states and as high as $2,400 in others. Why is it higher than a comparable gas car? 2 reasons. First, Teslas are expensive to repair when they get in an accident. The aluminum body panels cost more to replace than steel. The cameras and sensors for autopilot are expensive. If you back into a pole and crack the rear bumper, you're not just replacing plastic. You're replacing the ultrasonic sensors, the camera, and the wiring harness. A fender bender that would cost $2,500 to fix on a Camry can cost $6,000 on a Tesla. Second, Teslas are fast, and insurance companies know that. Even a base Model 3 does 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds. Insurance actuaries see that and adjust rates accordingly. If you live in a state where Tesla offers their own insurance, it's usually cheaper. I've had customers cut their insurance bill by 30% by switching to Tesla insurance. It's not available everywhere, but if it's an option for you, check the quote. Charging versus gas. This is where the Tesla starts to pull ahead. Electricity costs vary by state, but the national average is about 14 cents per kilowatt hour. A Model 3 long range has a 75 kilowatt-hour battery. If you charge from empty to full at home, that costs about $10.50. Most people don't drain the battery completely. They charge from 20% to 80%, which is about 45 kilowatt-hours, or roughly $6.30 per charge. If you're getting 250 miles of range out of that charge, you're paying about 2.5 cents per mile. Compare that to a gas car getting 30 miles per gallon, with gas at $3.50 per gallon. That's about 11.7 cents per mile. Over 5 years at 12,000 miles per year, the Tesla costs about $1,500 in electricity. The gas car costs about $7,020 in fuel. That's a savings of $5,520 over 5 years, just on energy costs. Now, if you supercharge frequently instead of charging at home, that changes the math. Supercharging costs around 35 cents to 50 cents per kilowatt hour, depending on location and time of day. If you're doing most of your charging at superchargers, your per-mile cost goes up to about 7 to 10 cents per mile, which is close to what you'd pay for gas. My advice, if you can charge at home, do it. That's where the savings are. Maintenance and repairs. Over 5 years, the average maintenance cost for my Tesla customers was $2,100. That includes tire rotations, brake fluid changes, cabin air filters, wiper blades, 2 sets of tires, and one 12-volt battery replacement. For gas car owners over the same period, the average was $6,400. That includes everything the Tesla owners paid for, plus oil changes, transmission services, spark plugs, engine air filters, timing belt or chain services, and coolant flushes. The single biggest expense for Tesla owners is tires. Teslas are heavy and have instant torque, which wears tires faster than a comparable gas car. Most of my customers replace tires every 25,000 to 35,000 miles. A set of 4 tires for a Model 3 costs $800 to $1,200 installed, depending on the brand. Over 5 years at 60,000 miles, you're probably buying 2 sets of tires. That's $1,600 to $2,400 right there. The 12-volt battery is the other expense people don't expect. It costs about $100 for the battery and $250 if you have Tesla Mobile Service replace it. It usually needs replacing around the 3-year mark. Beyond that, my customers haven't had major expenses. A few needed suspension work, control arm bushings mostly, which I covered in another video. One needed a charge port door motor, which was $180. One had a broken window regulator, $420. None of them have needed a battery replacement, a motor replacement, or a major drivetrain repair. That's the advantage of an electric drivetrain. The expensive stuff just doesn't break. Registration and taxes. This varies so much by state that I can only give you general guidance. Some states charge higher registration fees for electric vehicles to make up for lost gas tax revenue. In Colorado, an EV pays an extra $50 per year. In some states, it's $200 or more. Check your state's DMV website before you buy. Property tax on vehicles also varies by state. In states that assess property tax on cars, a $50,000 Tesla is going to cost more per year than a $32,000 Accord. Over 5 years, That can add up to a couple $1,000s depending on where you live. Federal tax credit used to be $7,500 for new Teslas. But Tesla hit the sales cap in 2019 and the credit phased out. It's back now under different rules, but it's complicated and depends on the model, the price, and your income. If you're buying new, talk to your accountant. That $7,500 can change the entire cost equation. Let me put this all together with a real example. One of my customers bought a 2019 Model 3 Long Range for $49,000. Over 5 years and 68,000 miles, here's what he spent. Insurance, $8,200. Electricity, $1,700. Tires, $2,200. Maintenance, $1,850. Registration, $1,100. Total, $15,050. His car is worth about $30,000 today. Total cost of ownership, including depreciation, $34,050. His brother bought a 2019 Toyota Camry XLE for $33,000 over the same period with similar mileage. Insurance, $6,800. Gas, $7,200. Maintenance, $5,600. Registration, $850. Total, $20,450. The Camry is worth about $20,000 today. Total cost of ownership, including depreciation, $33,450. After 5 years, the Tesla cost $600 more to own than the Camry. Not $10,000 more, not $20,000 more, $600. And here's the thing, that $600 difference disappears if you keep the car another 3 years because the maintenance gap keeps widening. The Camry is going to need more work between years 5 and 8. The Tesla probably won't. If you're thinking about buying a Tesla, what's your biggest question about long-term costs? Is it the insurance, the charging, something else? Drop it in the comments. And if this breakdown was useful, subscribe. Thanks for watching.